How do you set fire to the rain? It's physically impossible, scientifically ridiculous, and yet millions of people understand exactly what it means. Adele didn't just write a breakup song, she wrote a masterpiece about loving someone who defies logic, and the cognitive dissonance that tears you apart when you finally see the truth. Today, we're breaking down why this song is still making people sob in their cars over a decade later. And trust me, the details you've missed will blow your mind. Smash that subscribe button because we're about to dive deeper than you've ever gone with this song. Let's set the stage. This is 2011. Adele is 23 years old and she's about to dominate the entire music industry with one album. Not just top the charts, dominate culture. 21 becomes the best-selling album of the decade. Not the year, the entire decade. And Set Fire to the Rain is the powerhouse that proves this isn't a fluke. This is artistry. But here's what makes Adele different from every other pop star: authenticity. When she sings about heartbreak, you don't question whether she's felt it. You know she has. And that visceral honesty is why her songs don't just entertain, they devastate. This song crossed every demographic boundary. Your grandmother loved it. Teenagers loved it. It played at weddings and funerals. When music transcends its moment and becomes universal, you know something profound is happening. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, the title itself. Set Fire to the Rain. On paper, this sounds absurd. Fire and water are fundamental opposites. They cancel each other out. But that's exactly the point. That's the genius. The song is about a relationship that shouldn't work, but does. About loving someone despite all evidence that you shouldn't. About holding two contradictory truths simultaneously and having your mind split in half trying to reconcile them. This is cognitive dissonance in its purest form, knowing someone is bad for you while feeling like they're everything you need. Watching them lie while believing they're your truth. That impossibility isn't a bug in the metaphor. It's the entire feature. And here's what's brilliant. She doesn't just describe this paradox. She embodies it. The power in her voice, the vulnerability in the delivery, she's simultaneously strong and broken, just like setting fire to rain. Now let's talk about why this song sounds the way it does, because every production choice is deliberate emotional manipulation in the best way possible. Those opening drums, they sound like thunder, like fate approaching. There's menace in that rhythm. You know something devastating is coming before a single word is sung. Then the strings enter. Not gently, they swell like a wave building. The orchestration here isn't background, it's an emotional tidal wave. This is cinematic production, movie score level drama. But the real weapon is Adele's voice. Listen to how she controls dynamics. The verses are measured, controlled. She's telling you a story. Then the chorus hits, and it's not singing anymore. It's catharsis. It's primal scream therapy set to melody. That range isn't showing off. It's emotional architecture. The quiet moments make the powerful moments nuclear. And when she holds those notes, you're not admiring technique. You're feeling everything she felt. The bridge is where she breaks the fourth wall emotionally. The production strips back. Her voice becomes raw, vulnerable. Then it all comes crashing back in. Anger, betrayal, defiance. It's a complete emotional journey in 4.5 minutes. Let's break down the story being told, because this isn't just about a breakup, it's about awakening. The song opens in a place of impossible love. She's describing someone who could make miracles happen, who made her believe in magic. The rain falling but feeling like fire. Everything with this person was backwards, upside down, impossible. Then comes the turn, the moment of clarity. She starts seeing through the illusion, the lies, the manipulation. But here's the sophisticated part. She's not just angry at him, she's processing her own role in believing the impossible. The act of setting fire to the rain transforms from describing the relationship to describing her response to it. She's taking the impossible and making it her weapon. If he could make her believe impossible things, she can do impossible things too, like walk away. And the comment section proves this resonates. People aren't just saying great song, they're sharing their stories of toxic relationships, of finally seeing the truth, of finding the strength to leave. That's not entertainment, that's collective healing. Let's talk about why this song has remained relevant for over a decade. Because in the age of TikTok, where songs have a 2-week shelf life, Set Fire to the Rain is still everywhere. Every singing competition, someone performs this song. Why? Because it's the ultimate showcase piece. But more than that, it's a universal emotional experience. Everyone knows what it feels like to love someone they shouldn't. We're in an era of emotional awareness now. People understand trauma bonds, toxic relationships, love bombing. This song was describing those dynamics before we had vocabulary for them. Adele gave us the emotional language before psychology gave us the clinical terms. And here's something fascinating. New generations keep discovering this song. Gen Z is having the same emotional reactions to it that millennials had in 2011. Heartbreak doesn't age. The specific hurt of loving someone who isn't what they seemed, that's timeless. This song has been covered in dozens of languages, performed on every continent. When music transcends culture and language, you know it's tapping into something fundamentally human. Here's what I think Set Fire to the Rain is really about at its core: reclaiming your power through impossibility. Society tells us that staying in love with someone who hurts us is weakness. But Adele's not apologizing for that. She's saying, yes, I did the impossible. I loved someone who didn't deserve it. And you know what? Walking away was impossible too, and I did that as well. The song is emotional alchemy, taking the pain of betrayal and transforming it into power. The fire isn't destruction for its own sake, it's purification. It's burning away the lies to see what's real. And ultimately, it's about self-discovery through loss. Sometimes you don't know your own strength until you do something that feels impossible, like leaving someone you love, like setting fire to rain. Set fire to the rain endures because Adele understood something crucial. The most powerful emotions are the contradictory ones. Love and hate, strength and vulnerability, belief and betrayal. She took an impossible metaphor and made it feel like the only way to describe an impossible situation. That's not just songwriting, that's poetry. So here's my question for you. Have you ever had to do something that felt impossible? Leave someone, walk away, choose yourself? Share your story in the comments. Let's build a community of people who've set fire to their own rain. Hit that subscribe button if you want more deep dives that make you hear familiar songs in completely new ways. And remember, sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is the thing that seems impossible.